live. And good evening, good morning, good afternoon, wherever you are, in what country you are. I just want to say today we have a very special rider, first of all. And this is the last one of 21. You're going to be the last invitation here. We are making today 219 interviews in 1 year now with all the riders around the world. And I'm very proud to have you, one of the great riders around the world, and a very big Kaly fan, and with one of the best groups of the world. And now I'm going to put something here. It's going to be a surprise. He didn't know, but I invited an extra person to come here, and he's in Costa Rica. And I'm very proud to have you, Ernesto, here too.
Ooh, baby, baby.
What's
You know it. What's up, bro?
Kaly Nation.
Kaly.NYC.
I'd rather
Yo,
be
baby.
there. Where's the invite?
Yeah.
Hello, Ernesto.
That's so
Thank you for
amazing.
coming, my friend.
Anytime, my man. You know how it is, especially when you got my guy right there. That guy's
And
been traveling all over the U.S., having some
Right.
quality time
Cheers,
by
man.
himself. Yeah.
today I reached Ernesto, and Ernesto, I tell him, hey, you have to come here. There is a very special. And Ernesto was the first one to say, hey, we're going to make him a surprise. And there is the surprise, my friend. For you, I think that you are good friends. You have lots of pictures together. You have lots of rides together. You know each other. And you are one of the guys who love so much the Kaly boards. And of course, now is coming this new board, this new machine. You are one of the person who are riding so much, and I think you can explain what machine is that, and what is the feelings of one of the oldest riders of Kaly boards.
Go ahead, my
me?
man. Yeah,
Yes,
that's for
by you, my
you.
friend.
Okay.
You,
Well, first
you
off,
go
yeah,
first.
I've met Ernesto during the first NYE Electric Festival a few years back, and like ever since then, I was like, wow, with the whole crew, the New Yorkers riding the Callies. They came out there like in a big group. I had my Meepo back then, you know. I was like,
I
I
remember
was just
that.
like, okay, I want that. I was hooked. I was hooked from that day one. And I think Ernesto already knew because like I kept asking him questions. He's probably like, "Who is this guy?" Just badgering a question that day. And yeah, and it's like ever since then, it was like, "Yo, I want a Cali. Make me one." Didn't matter because he had a board coming up, but I was like, "No, I want one now. Can you make me one now?" I couldn't wait. And it's like he literally said, like, there's one coming out in a month or two, a new one. I was like, no, I'll buy that one too. So like, just have a board make me one right now, and like we'll talk about it later.
Ernesto, I'm going to make a question. I don't want to use your time. I know that you are in holidays. You enjoying in. I don't know if it's holidays or working, but you are in another country and you need it because you work so many months to put this new skateboard out, and now you have to rest a little. I'm very proud to know you in person. And I know that when you come to a special places because this person is special for you, and I want to thank you so much. But first of all, tell us a little more about this guy, Ernesto. What is this
Oh,
guy for you?
that's one of my guys. So this is the thing. I met them, like he said, back in the NYC Festival. I remember was in that Williamsburg.
Yeah.
We had mad fun. Remember Erwin, that crazy guy that started like trying to fight with me? I'm like, bro, there's like
Right.
150 people. Choose somebody else. Leave me alone. And
That was
it
crazy.
was crazy. But that's when I met for the first time the DCESK8 crew. and everybody was so awesome. Everybody was so happy. I'm like, you know what, I could roll with this guy. And then, everyone wanted a board. I'm like, bro, I have a fucking board coming out. So he's like, no. I want a board right now. I'm like, dude, wait a little bit. No. Anyhow, he purchased a board. He goes riding and shredding, have all the fun. And then like 2 months and a half later, I have the first 2.0 ready. He's like, bro, I'm going to go and pick it up. I'm like, damn, like, okay, cool. Next thing I know, this guy's going all over the U.S., just, I'm like, what the heck? Right. So he did a cross-country trip, and it was super awesome. Days. I was like, whoa. So, yeah, this time around, we had the XLR coming out. He called me up, Sir Ernesto, I'm going on the road. What are you going to do? I'm like, what can I do? That's it. There's nothing else to do. Take it, go, have your fun.
I contact and I say, hey, I want to have you in a live stream, and he say, no, I'm going to receive the new board and I'm going to start to go. I have first to test it, and I'm going to ride all over the place here in USA. Then later I can come to your live. And I say, okay, then let's do it. And I'm very proud to have him here. I think he's a fantastic rider, represents very good the USA riders. I think sometimes, like I always tell from Ernesto, that's why I love him, is not just ride. You have to know how to ride. You have to know how to do things. And I think you represent very good Kaly boards. And I don't know if you are ambassador or not. I think you are a rider. But as person, I see one of the interviews with you and Ernesto, I think about 4 years ago, and you was in the middle of the riding, and you came in an interview, and I see the love that you have for this group. And then talking about Washington DC, I think that is one of the best groups. We was talking in private. And
yes,
you don't need to have 10,000 riders in one group. You have to have active riders and guys who love this sport.
That is correct.
That's what
correct. You have. Oh, sorry. Keep going.
Yeah, please.
No. To me, it's more about the experience and what people do, because there's a lot of guys, they want to ride every day. But the thing is, you have to ride and get to meet people, get to enjoy time with the people. It's not just like, let's go and put mileage on it. You're not in a freaking treadmill. All we want to do is, the beach life. Oh yeah, bro, believe me, it's been pretty fun over here. You got to disappear once in a while, so yes. People can miss you. For all of those that are still waiting on your boards and a couple of things, once we get back next week, we're gonna just hit the ground running, get all those things going. But believe me, I needed a break. Otherwise, it would have been crazy.
But yeah, sometimes it's better for you to make a break and do it everything perfect.
Yeah. It's always that's the way. But when it comes to Erwin, he always have that love. Like Erwin, when you go to him, it's not like, hey, hello, what's up? No. That's it. That's a whole day adventure, and you got
every time I go to Ernesto's, he spends a whole day with me. I'm like, he does that to everybody too. If you drive to New York and he knows you spent, you're really there just to meet him, he'll spend a whole day with you. This guy, like I've never met any other board owner that would do that. He would skate with you in New York, go out.
Eric, we have to do like this. He's not just a guy who's selling; he's a rider.
Exactly.
That's the difference.
He's not there to just sell boards. He's out there for adventure, just like everybody here who buys a board. And that's what separates him from any other board owners, because like it's rider first.
His thing coming up,
and it's like communicating.
Let me go back over here. Customers. I'm back.
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you. Yeah, for me, I think it's very important.
We can hear you. It works. It's working.
Mm-hmm.
You're good.
Can you hear me?
We can
yes,
hear you.
You can stay like this.
There we go.
Oh, he's going. He come back later. So first of all, that was my surprise for you, my friend. I think Ernesto is one big friend.
Happy New Year, Ernesto! If you can still hear me.
There is here.
That was awesome. There you
I'm
go.
back.
All right. Let's say Happy New Year's because I thought we lost you. I was like,
Nah, we just come back. I had something over there. Well, you know what's the thing? Let me see if this thing can. Well, let me show you. We by the pool.
that's what's
So
up.
Wait
we
a
were
second. Wait
surfing.
a second, Ernesto. Wait a second.
Yeah, we're by the pool. We got the wife having some
I got the
quality
missus
time.
there, Miss
Yeah,
Callie.
yeah.
Hey,
You know what?
hey, Natasha.
She
Yeah.
deserve it. You are working all the day, Ernesto. You have to. You
Oh,
have to. You have to stop a little break for you, my friend.
well, to me, I don't see it like work. That's the difference.
Exactly.
When I used to have a job, I was putting like 8 hours or 10 hours of my job, and then I will go home and damage the kitchen table, and she will get angry, and I will put around 6, 7 more hours, and I was just doing it for fun. Finally, that I've been lucky enough for people to follow what I do and actually purchase what I put out there. So to me, 10, 12 hours, I don't care because I'm not working. I'm having fun.
Right.
And then when you hit the road, we wanna do some things. I'm gonna hit you about that later. We're gonna do some more things because to me, it's all about the community. I see that the community has a lot of divisions and shit, and there's like little
That is
groups.
true.
We don't want that. Everybody have to hang out with everybody because it just makes it way more better. Way
Yeah,
more better. Yeah.
that's the way I think too, my friend. There is too much hate in this group sometimes, and that's what we don't
Mm-hmm.
need.
We got
We
to
don't
cut
need
the
that.
seniority. A lot of times you have the old school riders just putting down the new riders, and
Yeah,
you need these new riders to like grow. And
Yeah.
that's the whole thing.
yeah.
Um,
That's what I think, my friend.
I mean, I
So
see it as a class. Like each year has a class, just like high school, class of 2021. You got to let them click. They have their little group to click and grow. And then they learn about other boards and other, DIYs and better brands to get. Cause like, you come in with a Meepo or something lower and then like you start seeing, okay. But if you come in and then you have a group who's like putting you down, you're not even going to want to skate, or continue doing the sport. You want them to hang out, let them tinker, figure it out, just like coaching. If you ever learn how to coach, you don't just keep telling them to do, you let them make mistakes and let them learn from, make them think that they discovered something so they could get better and better. You know what I mean?
yes,
So each year, that same rider, 2021, is gonna know so much shit by like, it's the end of the year.
hmm
Sometimes they know more shit than I do, because they're on Reddit looking at this stuff, researching, so all the tech stuff is like, me, I just like to ride. So I don't even keep up with that. And that's not what do you got there. I call it, you know,
What's
but
up?
other people, they really read their stuff. I mean, I used to do the same thing when I started. The excitement and the excitement of riding every day. You don't want to miss a day of a ride because that adrenaline. And you take that away from a new rider, they're not coming back. But you let them continue and grow. That's what it's all about. Nourishing
and
the
and
new riders every year.
and before I make a question to Ernesto, I want to ask you first of all, my friend, from when you step up from the other Kelly to this new Kelly, because the wheels is totally different. The is a totally board is heavier. Is uh, what is for you? What you as a rider who ride different types of Kellys? What is the difference from the new one? What you what is your opinion as a rider?
Well,
Because
first
you are
off, this is a whole new beast. Like at high speeds, it just you're going 40, it wants more. It's asking you normally on a board at 40, you're like, I want to slow down, right? This one is just so stable that like wow, and I could carve on this thing at high speeds. Normally at a high speeds at 40 on a normal board, you're just like all your weight is up front shifted, you're on your tippy toes, so you don't get the speed wobbles. Uh, this board is just so stable at high speed. It's another board to add to your staple of boards. You just don't have XLR. You got to have other boards too. You got to have your low light board, your medium range board, and this one is just like the long range board that just keeps going.
And these wheels that you are using, these big wheels, that is like for me, I know that the wheels is like a scooter wheels. That is big. How,
Yeah.
Super
that is
stable.
what is this? How do you feel? You feel safer to ride.
Yeah, you do. And with these are like pretty much semi road tires. So it like I said, it adds to the stability of it. It has more contact on the road. It's wider. Um, so like hitting these bumps. I remember I was riding with the Dallas crew, and they were like, I went on the bridge because there's normally a bike path there. And I was like, no, don't go on the road. There's like a lot of bumps. I was like, I didn't feel, I wasn't, they were scared to go on the road. I think one or two other riders went behind me, but they went on the bike path on the side. I was like, no, this thing's stable. Because it was a pathway. It was kind of like a highway. So I went on there. It was like, they were just afraid I was going to get hurt. And I was just like a new, I'm visiting rider, so they were trying to take care of me. It's like, no, I didn't even feel a bump. This thing was so nice and smooth, right? And I didn't even
Yeah,
go its potential, because but it's just I'm not gonna say tank because tank is slow. This one's high speed, but it has it's big and heavy.
You feel safe riding.
Exactly.
You feel secure. You know that you can ride, and you have the power. In this machine, you have the range, you have the comfort, and then with these big wheels, that was fantastic from Ernesto to come. I'm going to ask him why he came to this, but to change, because that is a big change for the now for the EST8. Nobody was using these wheels. That is
Well,
that is
from my 2 cents, from my point of view, is this: like, most of the time I've been thinking before, okay, the big frame boards that came out to be like a couple of years ago. My whole problem was this: okay, we have two issues that we need to overcome, and is maneuverability one, and second, it is stability. So we had those two things. It took me a while to catch up to what I was going to do, because the main thing is, you don't want to do a new board when you're doing the same board and then you say it's new. You want to do something new, because from the beginning, all my inspiration has been to just push for new things. Like, we're going to do a new thing. Either it works, it doesn't work, I don't give a fuck. We just do it, give it a try, and then we just push it more.
Right.
So small by small, I started testing all the boards, but then everybody's going for the small wheels, because I get it. They give you more stability with, since the diameter is smaller, so you could, the small wheels are really hard to balance because they're small. So if you choose a smaller diameter, you will have less of a diameter, less of a radius. So whatever instability the rubber has, it will not have that much of a leverage arm in order to produce such big vibrations. So, but then there's the downside. If you're riding in if you got a long range board that could do 60, 70, 80 miles, so you're not going to memorize all the surfaces of all over the town wherever you're riding.
That's too much.
So you're going to have a lot of unexpected situation where the small wheels just don't cut it. So, it had to be a bigger wheel. So we started with these bigger wheels. The design came up way better than what I expected. So right now we have a little just of a balancing with the air valve that needs to be balanced with a counterweight. So that's that. And then when it comes to the dampening system, so the dampening system, it's been already there. Ethan started doing those brackets for the mountain boards in the back, really cool. But then my whole thing was like, hey, we need something that can self-adjust. Simple. Because they're pretty good once you have one setting, but then you have to either be racing all the time or you have to stop, change, and then be carving. Nah, fuck that. So let's do just one set. So things little by little, they started to take to coalesce into one definite design. So I won't I won't be the one telling you that I sat down with a vision of where I wanted to go. I just can tell you I have a hunch of where I wanted to go, and then started going down that path. And the deeper I go, the better it looks. So that's where we are right now. I think, in my opinion, it's a wonderful place to be. I was a little, to be honest, I was a little bit scared. I chose the worst year to do something new,
Right.
the worst year at all. Like, I was like, damn, this thing's getting me crazy. I was so stressed out. I was like, I need to do something, because I was self-medicating too much with the alcohol. Like, fuck, I need to stop that
With
shit.
John Norris.
Yeah, so like I had to stop that a little bit. And calm myself, because at the end I had to throw my hands up. Things are gonna be when they are, because it was out of my hands. You had shipping issues, you had supply issues, you had raw materials. When the fuck we had raw materials issues? We had it this year. So I was like, okay, but finally, I was
Custom
testing the board.
issues too.
Yeah, custom issues. Believe me, I was testing the board so far with a screwdriver. I had the system, but it was not digital yet,
Mhm.
because it's not like I have $500,000 to assign something from the ground, so I need to move slowly but precise. So we were handling by hand, and it worked perfectly. But dude, once we put that software and that thing was doing it automatically, it took me like 3 days. I'm like, motherfucker, you know. I
Right.
thought it
Those
was
are
gonna
good.
come out good, but it came out way better.
Right.
So now we send the board to Heath. So Heath Proctor, you interviewed him the last time, and that guy like loves to cars. So I'm like, okay. So he's been a good feedback for us, because we were able to do some clear bushings, and then also modify the bushings in the back, so we could dial it in. Because you know how it is. We could get it somewhere, but then the customer needs to make it his own.
Right.
And we have developed one or two strategies on what to do. So once you get it, it's gonna be almost there, but you can make it just perfect for you. And that's where we are right now. I feel pretty confident. I feel pretty confident on the product. It's for what I want it to be. It's awesome. um, and I hope everybody like it. And the only thing we're gonna have to do is respect the speed.
Yeah. That
Just respect the freaking speed.
people
Just remember
automatically
that.
thinking, oh, it has stabilizers, and they want to just
Yeah,
gun it. And like, no,
yeah,
you got to be a skater to like really know how to
yeah.
handle it.
Even the dampeners, they do this. They will take you like, this is the thing. Most of us, we are adults. We got working parents. We got families. So we don't have like 4 or 5 hours to put down to skate, to get super good at it. There's some guys, they have the time. We just don't have it. So my whole thing is, do you wanna keep up with everybody? You wanna hang out in a safe way? This is the way to do it. Now, besides that, common sense is a big part. So you have to be, at the end of the day, we're adults. So common sense, it's a plus. But to give my own experience, I hit a bump one day that I super bended the kingpin like an S, and I didn't even feel it. I survived it, but I thought it was not that big. When I got there, I'm like, oh God. So any other board, that would have been that. That would have been done. So even my 50. So it's pretty good to have that over there. To have
but
that over there.
but for you guys, that you the two of you guys try it, this new wheel, do you think that is the future for you as a rider?
Well, for me, I'm not going back. That's it. I even gave my board to T Cologne to put some stuff. I got rid of my HL40. That's why I tell people, don't be testing this thing, because it's gonna cost you a pretty penny. And
But to
And
me, every board that Ernesto has a different purpose. So like the 2.0 is nice and light. The
Mhm.
XLR is just a long range, and like you go anywhere with it. Very stable. The 50 is amazing too. So like you if it's you know they all drive differently.
Yeah,
Because people think, oh, let me just get the best of best. Like, no, each board does different thing, and it has a purpose.
yes, yes, yes.
The
the
2.0 is
back.
almost like a bodega board. You take it anywhere, you leave it in the back of the car on good weather. and just pull it out. XLR is like, oh, we're, you know, the crew's doing a long range ride, and we're gonna go like this. Like, you know, you don't want to carry a charger. You're gonna do about, 60 to 90 mile ride. You know, that's the board to get.
Do
You know,
you achieve the limit of the batteries from the board, or do you achieve in one day to put the battery?
oh, have I done it? I've gone close to 40 miles in one day. I haven't like really fully done. I think I was still at like almost half. It was crazy after 40 miles. Yeah, it's crazy, and I ride fast. So
Yeah.
Well, you
yeah,
know
it's
what?
an amazing board. I mean, like, your legs probably give up before, like, but like I said, this board, if there's any uni killer, this is the board. You know what I mean? Or well, I'm not gonna say that because I know all these uni people are gonna get on me and they're gonna like fucking crash on me. No, okay. I'll just say it's a board to hang with the uni riders. Let's just put it that way. All right. If you
So
want to do what the uni riders doing, like these super long range ride, this is the board to get. I mean,
yeah, that's why I bring you here.
right.
That's why I'm very proud to have you here. First
Yeah,
of
because I
all,
know uni people have pride. You know, they're gonna probably
yes,
text me and shit.
and
Bullshit.
I want to
Yeah,
have riders who can talk about the experience to different types of boards and come into this machine, because we are talking today about a big machine. That
right.
is that is like a new the idea from Ernesto is like changing the rules from
Yeah.
the that everybody
Yeah,
was
pretty much. He's a pioneer. Every year, I mean, like even when the 2.0 first came out, you know, before 12S4P, they used to say, "Oh, that's too much power," blah blah blah. You know, it's like, this is like what 4 years ago. This guy
Well,
was
look.
doing that. Look, it's funny because like Evolve is just now getting a 12S4P board. It's like that's old news already. We're here at 18 20 SP. It's crazy. Yeah, and Ernesto's always that guy. Just keep pushing and keeps pushing other companies to just keep getting. Like, yeah, we got to hang out with this. We got to keep up with Ernesto. It's pretty much, that.
it's not keeping up.
And I love the competition with all these companies because it makes it better. It makes the whole community. I mean, it makes us want to get not just to get a better board. Like everyone wants to have the what's the next best thing. This is a sport. This is it is addicting, but people love the technology. I think that's what it is. So
Put it
something
this
new always
way.
comes out.
Put it this way, better. I just want to. I just want to show something from you, because I think the people don't understand what is a community. Sometimes the people don't understand. I'm going to show something from you because I think you are one of the guys who love this sport and you love this family. And here we
That's
can
in
see.
Baltimore. We went out for a ride. I think this was the Gladiators, right? And this is something about our community. We go with other groups that have other.
And the Gladiators, they are fantastic.
DCESK8 is actually promoting, like, hey, we want you to start a uni group. We want you to start any other group, because our group is so huge. Sometimes you want smaller communities to like do group rides, not just DCESK8. And we promote people. If you want to lead one of our rides, you're welcome to do it.
And we have to say, guys, if you have the chance, Gladiators is a fantastic group. Go there. They are fantastic guys.
We also have another group that's also amazing is DCEUC. And I have to give a shout out to them. DC Gladiators also. I ride with all the groups. At least I try to. But that's what makes a great community is, if you have your EUC group, I would suggest.
This picture is.
That's in Philly. We went out there for the DC invasion.
Long time ago, guys.
Yeah, the DC. That's the Philly invasion. I remember.
Yeah, that was with Jonathan. Awesome dude, awesome crowd.
Right.
Super
This is
good.
right off the water. The water. I think it was the.
Yeah, that's the brewery. That's the brewery. Yeah, they have a brewery by the river. Awesome.
Exactly.
Place.
We've been there twice already, right, Ernesto?
Yeah, we've been a couple of times already. I love Philly, the Philly group.
Right.
Yeah.
and that
Yeah,
is the
Jonathan's
important
always
thing,
been
guys.
accommodating with us. He's been hell of a great rider, and is always first class showing us out. That picture. Wait, where
Oh,
was
sorry.
this was in Arizona. Yeah, rode up there. This is like maybe 4 years ago, I believe, when I had the 2.0 first come out. Yeah, that was one of those rides where I had the very first 2.0, and I was like literally riding around town, different states, and people were like wanted to see it. And 4 years ago, 4 or 5 years ago, it was amazing because like not nobody else has like really gone to like state to state to actually ride.
Yeah.
And it was so weird. It's like they knew what DCESK8 was. They knew who Ernesto was. They were asking all these questions. It's like they knew who we were, and they were asking they knew people in our crew. Uh, yeah, it was just weird. It's almost like they knew me. It's just realize how wow the internet's like really out there. Like it was scary.
Oh, yeah. You'll be surprised.
Right,
Like
right. They knew
back.
about our rides and all this stuff was going on. They were asking about my
Yeah.
board and because I posted something about it a few months ago. I was like, "Whoa, what the fuck?" It's crazy.
Yeah.
Um,
It's really.
I'm
I
going to put.
remember.
I'm going to ask you something like this. How often do you ride now? I know that you make this experience always riding around the country, and do you do that every year, or you do when comes a new board from Kelly boards?
I do it like almost different seasons. Like if I wanted to go to Richmond, I go to Richmond. Now my daughter's going to William and Mary. I go there as often as I could. I make an excuse. Oh, like you want to go out for dinner? All right, I'll be up there. It's like a 2 hour, 3 hour drive just to skate at Williams there. And Richmond's nearby. I love road trips. Like just
Yeah.
anywhere.
The
Uh,
man loved the road. He loved the road and loved all the
yeah,
communities.
yeah. I go
So I don't
anywhere.
know.
If there's a community, I love Atlanta. Shout out to Atlanta. Atlanta folks are amazing. Just give them a call and they like try to give a group ride for you. Houston too is amazing. Dallas is just pretty new because I remember 4 years ago I went there. They didn't even exist. I went there for their Christmas ride a few weeks ago, and it was amazing. They actually wanted me to do a demo ride. I was like, okay, let's do it. Let's make it happen. So we did a Christmas ride the night before, and the next day we had a demo ride for the Kaly XLR because people wanted to see it and ride it, and just go for a group ride. They're amazing. I see them how we were like a few years ago because like it was so new. The community is new. No one knows the leadership. They're just trying to create. And I gave them some advice. It's like let everybody who wants to do a group ride do a group ride. Shout out to Dallas, man. They're amazing crew. My boy Darius, he just moved to
Yeah, he's in Austin.
he just moved to Austin, and I'm like, he's telling me there's no group there yet, so he's gonna try to start a group there. So I think that
But
he said
don't
it's
don't, don't
mostly
you
hungry.
think
It's
don't you
mostly hungry.
think but don't you think, my friend, here I'm showing a little of one ride. Don't you
You got
think
to remember,
today?
Darius used to live was a DC skate rider, so we're slowly having a lot of riders from DC who are moving like to elsewhere in other states. We're kind of like spreading our tentacles and show them how it is.
Yeah. Look at there. I'm asking like this, my friend. Don't you think uh, we can change? We are responsible to change the idea of the groups because today we see too much groups, and we don't see creating a good environment for all of us. Sometimes I'm confused about the groups because everybody wants to make a group, but they don't define what type of group is that, what they want to do it, what is the rules, what you have to do, how can you do it, and everything. It's just
With
another group.
DCESK8, we're actually huge, like really huge, and um, a lot of our riders are not just skaters, so we encourage our riders to have EUC group, have a scooter group, have an e-bike group, because we wanted to maintain the e-skate. Because like what happens is like a lot of times, there's one city that has just one group, and all of a sudden someone gets an EUC, and the next thing you know, everyone gets an EUC, and it's like, what happened to the skaters? They're gone. It's dead. So like you encourage these other riders to, hey, yo, start a group, but they still want to ride with us, and we encourage them to ride with us when we do sometimes enough riders, so they know we're active, so they'll ride with us, and we will ride with them too. So we're basically exchanging group leader rides. Like, oh, the EUC is doing this ride, so like if your board is able to keep up with the long distance EUC, or they ride with them. But one guy can't just do it alone, right? As a group. Actually, even with DCESK8, we encourage our new riders within the next a year or two. You get a new board, you want to ride every day. Us old guys, we've been riding 4 or 5 years. We don't want to go out every day. It's like sometimes we show up here and there, but I love the sport, but it's freezing out there now. So like, you don't have your new riders still have that big bulgy eyes that they want to ride every single day, and I understand that. And you have that adrenaline, because for me, my adrenaline is more like, oh, I want to go see a new city. I want to ride with a new group. Travel new countries and like visit.
Well, that's where I would like to take everyone. Like,
So,
me,
that's
yeah,
before I give it to Ernesto, I just want to say that's why I changed now the interviews, and it's going to be something new in the interviews. And the interviews is going to be, for me, is very important to the group to communicate with each other. And it was a very difficult and hard thing to do it, but we're going to start from February making interviews with. We're going to have these 4 groups together. We're going to be at the Bay
awesome.
Area, DAC. We're going to have the team from New York, and we're going to have the new group from LA, the PVs, and we're going to have lots of groups together in the same interview. And I want to listen.
I like that.
I think it's important to bring the groups together and try to work together.
We gotta link up and actually do this huge, like, DC's been doing the invasion rides. We're welcoming everybody from around the world to come. A lot of times we have when we do the invasion, it's like New Yorkers, Philly people. You got people from North Carolina, South Carolina, Richmond. Basically, everybody in the East Coast are coming, and we also get like someone like far out actually showing up.
But
that's what we encourage.
To me, like the last invasion in DC where we all went, what I most of the time like to sit and just watch. Most of the thing is when we're riding in groups, everybody's getting along perfectly, like awesome. Like all the guys, you got scooters, you got the guys with the Suron, you got the skaters, you got the guys with the PVs, you got the guy with the EUC. Everybody's awesome. The main problem is when it goes online. When it goes online, and now people are identifying with either EUC, ESK. So those little titles is that kind of drifted things away, because if you hang out with your crew, doesn't mean that you kind of hang out with the other guys, because in all honesty, you're friends with everybody. But things start getting a little bit, I will say, like negative when it comes just online. So to me, the more I see
behind your back, but it's fine. I mean,
but the thing is this: if we take the labels of ESK or EUC and just put PV, that's it. That's a more neutral way to approach the stuff. And now you will be dealing with personalities. You will be dealing with this guy and that guy, and not with the ESKater or the EUC guy, or the scooter guys. You know what I mean? Because in all honesty, I hang out with everybody, and I see it's not, once they're with you, they roll deep with you. But when the shit moves online, that's the problem.
Yes.
So that's what I see.
I agree.
PEB should be a
I
blanket
agree.
and take care of everybody. Yeah.
I agree completely. I think I'm in lots of groups, and guys, believe it or not, I'm in more than 200 groups because
I know.
Right. Yeah, you've been
I'm
busy.
yes, I'm busy because I try to contact with all the groups, and sometimes I see groups who have more than 2,000 guys inside, and you notice that these 3-4 weeks that there is not one post inside.
Yeah. 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 It's not a post. It's just groups
Right.
there that somebody created
The
and leave
group
it.
is just with 2,000 guys, and you don't see one person posting. That
Yeah.
is the person.
Yeah.
I always tell. Sorry, it's not. I always tell, if you are the administrator or you are active, and you have moderators that they are active, or you'd say, okay, I don't want to do it no more, and give it to another guy who is active. And
This
Yeah.
is what I'm talking about. You kind of want to keep it autonomous, like having the new riders. If they're active, they show up every day. You know, you gotta let them like have their voice. If they want to do their own rides, you know, they're welcome to do it. Like DCESK8, like during the summer, there's like almost a ride every day, and
Yeah.
it's just literally just by chatter on Telegram. And oh, by the way, if you guys haven't had don't have Telegram like other states and countries, I suggest you guys do, because like you do travel to another city. I mean, it's you know there's a link to another group there, and you're networking big time. It's almost underground because like you really have to dig deep in who's there versus like a lot of stuff we talk about. You don't want to show on Facebook and stuff.
yeah, yeah,
Kind of
yeah.
want to keep it private. But yeah, we are out there on Telegram. There's like like in the United States, Telegrams in major cities. You got New York, Chicago, Philly, DC. We're trying to get Atlanta in there. Also trying to get Dallas in there. But definitely also in the West Coast, Bay Escape's in there. LA Escape. They're active in Telegram.
I just want to say something before. What you are saying is right. Guys, I know that lots of people like my YouTube channel. I just do this just to come and bring information to that. I don't do nothing with this. I lose lots of private hours of my life to do this.
We
I
do
just
this
want-
because we love the sport. We love what we're
yeah. That's the
doing.
intention.
Right.
Yes.
We just like we love the camaraderie.
Yeah, and I think if there is a guy there who can speak better English than me, do interviews. Do in your state. Just
Right.
say it. Okay, I'm going to make interviews to the guys of my state.
Yeah,
Simple
we
like
could do that. But look,
make interviews and bring the community together.
Right.
you know what we need, Nelson? In all honesty, remember when we met in Paris, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's all electrics. We need more. We had the Vegas Renegade back a few years ago, and then
Yeah.
we did Colorado. We need to bring those back because
Right.
once you spend time with a person and this is a real person, you look that person in the eye and you get the vibe. So you could tell, okay, this is a real dude. This is not bullshit. So it's a different interaction after that. You know what I mean? You
Yeah.
love like you and I, we click like this in a second. Remember the moment I saw you, you saw me, we hug, we kiss. You're like, what the fuck, I love you. And that's what we need. Believe me, we need more face-to-face time. We need more
Yes.
face-to-face time. We need to
And-
see. I know some
and the-
people cannot do it. I know some people can do it. But if you can escape for 3 days and meet somebody you already know in the internet and have a
Right.
great time with that person, believe me, hands down, you got a friend for life.
Yes, and that is the important thing. Every time I make here a live, guys, I make a new friend. That's why I recommend to everybody. Don't look to the clicks, guys. Just understand one thing. Do the best. I know lots of guys here today that I love to talk with them, and I love one day to ride with them because I see they are very special persons. They love this sport. They have passion for this sport. They are the guys who love this. And that's why I invite you today here, because you, my friend, are one of the big guys here. And it's not because you are riding a Kaly. Of course, it's a new machine, but
Right.
of course, of the way you communicate with your
I'm not
community.
aggressive when I talk about, or like I don't even
No, you love
say
this,
how
my
fast
friend.
I'm not even. I don't consider myself the fastest rider. I just love riding with people and meeting
You
new
don't need to
people
be
and
fast. You
sharing
just
a life.
Yeah.
you just need to enjoy, my friend,
Right.
and
You don't. Yeah. Exactly.
enjoy life. Look,
Exactly.
today we are going to put this stress out because Ernesto was very nice to us to send us something for us to relax a little. I'm just going to put it
Ooh.
here very fast, just for us to relax too. Look at this.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Look at
that was
Ernesto. Ernesto is having a good time.
yesterday afternoon, brother. Yesterday afternoon. Awesome sunset. Sometimes
Nice. I
you need to
like
sit
that.
down and remember yourself. Oh shit, it's still happening. It's happening. Yeah.
I have the
Yeah,
pleasure to
man.
be there too in Costa Rica, and Costa Rica is
That is nice.
fantastic.
Right.
Nice.
You
You know
go
what I
there.
want to have you, Nelson? I want to have you too back in Dominican Republic. You'll see. We're gonna
if
get to do
this,
that.
if
Oh
if
yeah,
Innovate.
the
this,
Cali Invitational.
yeah,
That's still there.
if this COVID goes away, my friend, I'm
Tell
going to
them,
come.
tell them about the Cali Invitational.
Well, it's all about COVID restriction. That's where we are right now.
Right.
That's the problem with me, my friend.
That's the
In
problem we
Germany,
have.
in Germany, is everything is blocked again. Restaurants,
Yeah,
everything from yesterday.
everything.
Yeah.
That's the
This,
problem.
I
Once
just,
once we can travel, I
yeah.
think it will be awesome. But it is what it is, and there's not too much we can do about it.
We don't need to talk
And that's
about.
why
We
I took
just
this trip because I knew this thing was coming. It was going hot, so I was like, I need to get out,
I just want
This
to
was
put.
shit down.
check, check this out, Nelson. This is Costa Rica. They don't give a fuck. They don't give a fuck.
Right, right, right.
I
They're
just
like, we
want to
need money.
I just want to say to the guys he's coming here to the live, guys from Australia, from UK, from USA, from lots of places, from the guys in Australia, good morning. For the guys of USA, good afternoon. And for the guys of Europe, good evening. Three different here. The guys in Australia, they are waking up now. And you see Ernesto as having a fantastic day of life,
Oh yeah, you
enjoying a
need to have the
little.
time.
Uh, for me, my friend, I just want to, I just want to ask you something. That is a question for Ernesto that guys is asking me, and I want to ask you. I don't know that I have nothing to do. Why not? Why do you change the to the 18 S, not the 20?
Well, there was an issue. The ESC should have been finished like around 4 or 5 months ago.
Mm-hmm.
So
Oops, is out.
Oh, froze.
Yeah, is froze.
Yeah.
So, my friend, continue to you, my friend, as we are talking. Then, when Ernesto come back, we can
give me a
continue
second.
talk with
I'm
him.
back. I'm back.
Oh, there he
Oh, he's
is.
back.
Yeah, I had to move a little bit. So going back to this, the ESC should have been finished some months ago, and I like to test it properly before because you don't want to, it's a high power machine. You don't want to be getting cut out. And once it was finished just last month. So there's no way I'm gonna put a brand new, fresh off the oven ESC without me putting it through its paces
Pressed it.
in a machine. My personal board, I have the 20S, and in all honesty, it's more bragging rights than anything. It's at the edge because I haven't been able to push it all out. Now when I go back to New York, then I have a good ramp on the Triborough Bridge. You see Randall's Island, that big bridge. So it has like the ramp has like maybe a mile and a half. So we're gonna try to get 4 guys on board. We're gonna try to pull them up as fast as I can. So if there's any problems, we're gonna see them go. But in a few months, we will have the 20S and maybe 21S because we have some other project coming up over there. But it's a thing about testing. So
Is a thing more? I think Ernesto just putting more this. I think this is more. You have to be sure that everything is perfect
of
for you.
course, I don't want like I said, we all like if you can afford one of these board, most probably you are in your upper 30s. You have some disposable income that you could put in, which means that you may have a family and you cannot be afford to be hurt or nothing. So safety is the first priority. Once we test something truly, like test it, then we could say, okay, we're gonna put it. Otherwise, I'm always willing to back up and say, no, we're gonna do this 18S because this is tested.
Mhm.
Once it's done, then we move on. And but everybody knows you have a safe device that's been properly tested. After that, then we move on when the other one comes around, and I have the opportunity to properly put it to its spaces. Believe me, I have burned a couple of ESC just I hit it, I want to see until it fucking burns. Like I want to see until it burns. So I gotta push it. When I find a way to destroy it, so I know the limit. So now it's better to start from the realistic limit and then go back from that. So that's the way I go.
I'm going to put you the last question that is important for the communities out there. Ernesto, do you going to go to the mark of Australia and Europe, or you don't need to go? Do you have how
Well,
you
this is the
working?
thing. No. Right now we're working with somebody in Lyon. I have to send him some information to so he could see what we want to do with them. But the thing is, it's just too much work. I'm trying to set up a team in the US so we could expedite things, make it way faster. So we need to improve in that. We're working on that. With France, we're gonna start in France, because there's a lot of like Germany is almost impossible to get
No, forget
in
it.
a properly way. Just forget it. So
It's
it has
illegal.
it's
Illegal.
illegal. Believe me, I send the board, they chop it into pieces, send it back to me. I'm like, motherfucker, had to be German. So that is that. But we're working on that in the UK. We're trying to figure things out, but the UK is more better now because they leaning more into the US. So we have better all the regulation are aligning better. With the Australian guys, we're trying to sort out, but this is either on my end how we're gonna do things, you know. But we already have the guys for full cell and electric in Australia. The only thing is I need to figure out how we're gonna do this in order for me to send equipment to them. Yeah, my whole story has been trying to grow this from zero. You remember back
Yeah,
a
I
few
know,
years
my friend.
ago, I put this thing. All we had was $35,000, like to buy and develop equipment and do all the tooling. Right now we have like around $1.2 million in tooling and equipment. So even though people see, okay, you don't have that fast shipping, fast anything, but I say, you know what? If in 3 years you have made $35,000 to 1.2, $1.3 million, I think we're good, just in tooling. So uh, that is like what 3,500% or more. So that's a good business strategy. Um, and the whole thing is either we deliver to you quality because when these things get damaged, it fucking sucks. These things are a fucking dead way when they don't work properly. It's just like throwing in the garbage. So we want these things to be as a refrigerator. You plug it in one day, you don't have to do shit to them. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
So that is the level of quality we want. But it takes time. It takes a ton of money. Everybody who's into this, they could tell you, it's just a cash incentive. So we're
Hmm.
taking our time. Um, and
You
what can I
start in the
say?
basement. You start in the basement, my friend. And
Right.
today you are
I,
there.
I was below the base. I was I was in the foundation.
Literally.
Yeah, I was below the basement, bro. But you know, right now we could say we're in the right path and things are happening. It just get to that little point. Like before we didn't have inventory. We needed to sell in order to fabricate the inventory. Now we have inventory. So now what we have, okay, we need to bring more people to the team in order to deliver faster. So we're doing that. Now, what else we need? We need to start pushing internationally. Okay, what is the availability of people willing to do the job? Because it's easy. Like somebody said one time, the difference between a general manager of your favorite soccer team and the best newspaper guy who's especially in your soccer team is that the newspaper guy could take a decision and then change his mind. The
Right.
general manager make a decision, he still need to pay $30 million to somebody.
Yeah.
So That is the thing. So it's better to measure 4 times, cut just one.
Yeah.
So we're gonna get there. We're gonna get there. And in all honesty, I think the devices are where they need to be to the quality that I want them to be. And right now, I think out of these 2 years of fuckery that we have, out of these 2 years of suffering, we need to focus on fun.
Mhm.
So there's gonna be some the Cal Invitational. I want to put it back there because I think we need all this the moment we can make it, and and
Everybody be
then
there. It's gonna be
yeah,
good.
and then we're gonna have all the devices where they need to be. Now, when it comes to the Cali brand, like to be a super mass produced, we'll see. But that's not that much of my style. I like things to keep a little bit, smaller. They tend to taste better that way. Um, we can put all the time on each one of our customers, which is the way I like it. I like to be able to call you and
That's what
say,
makes
"Yo,
this brand unique.
like,
It's
dude, I've been to places I
getting
call and
customer
say,
service
I'm gonna go
from
and
the
spend the night on
boss
your
is
couch. That's
amazing.
all I need." So
Right.
that's what we want to do.
And
Yeah.
my friend, what is with the Kelly Nation? What is the meaning of
I,
this?
That's that guy. That's the guy right there.
Yeah, a few years ago I started Kaly.NYC because like it's not just about you know DCESK8. It's kind of like everybody. It's not even owning about a Cali. It's like anybody who's willing to ride and like to to be a brand like you. If you love skating, yeah, you're part of Cali Nation. You don't have to have a Cali. Uh, just be able to find your tribe. That's what the best way I describe it because
Mm-hmm.
we're out there, we're growing in a system where everything is corporate. So I'm trying to bring it back to finding your tribe and kind of figuring out who you belong to. And when you go out in the Eastgate community, and you love this sport, you love skating.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of like you get it, right?
I know what you
Yeah.
Um,
mean.
and I
The
was like, I'm
hashtag is
always
his.
searching for like each group, like in other cities. I love it when I see a community grow. Yeah, I'm kind of scared how the community is changing. Where, oh, damn, there's no more Eastgate communities, all just EUCs. I wanted to have everyone to be there. I mean, EUC, Eastgate, scooters, e-bikes, but it's scary when you just see you go to a
Nah, don't
city,
worry.
like you
Don't
go
worry
to
about
Bay
that,
Skate. Yeah,
believe
you
me.
go to Bay Skate now. It's like, wow, majority don't even ride boards anymore. That's scary. I was there 4 years ago. They had the best boards ever. Everyone's like DIY people,
But oh, wait.
all kinds
Let's
of
put it.
boards.
Let's put it this way. Don't I know what you mean. But if
Right.
you see maybe the young guys who are using the other types, so they are not using skateboards, is guys who don't know how to ride. First of all, skateboards, longboards. They
Right.
don't have
I
no.
understand that. But look, DCE skate, we're so strong. We have people who've never ridden a skateboard. They've ridden the EUC. They go buy a board. We have people on bikes or scooters like go buy the e-skate because they see how strong we are. And like even with me, I bought an EUC. I want to ride with the EC group at times, but that's not my. If I'm with DCE skate, I'm gonna ride DCE skate. If I ride with the Gladiators, I ride with them on EUC, or if I ride with DCEUC. I mean, I mean, our community is so big. We got two EUC groups.
Mhm.
We got a scooter group. We got an e-bike group. Uh, because everyone wants to have some leadership on their whatever they platform they have. I understand because you got to remember each brand has their ambassadors. So you have EUC ambassadors trying to push their wheels. You got e-bikes that's doing the same thing. So they need to have their own groups so they could say they have a group, to so they could get sponsored. So that's understandable. So every community got to realize what you got to do, and then we all ride together. Like they're
But
telling me, like
don't you think
it's,
separating?
it's like on Tuesday there's no rides, so everyone's gonna ride on a Tuesday. Someone called out a ride on there, on DCESK8. So everybody on an EUC, an e-bike, scooter, they might show up on there because it's like great weather.
I'm going to put you. I'm going to put you. I understand you. I'm going to put you in a bad situation because I'm going to put the question like this, my friend. I live in Germany. Germany is illegal to ride.
Right.
Is illegal to ride.
Right.
And in the beginning, when I start this, I was one of the first ones riding here, and was nobody riding, and then start to happen, and beginning these groups in Facebook, beginning this group, but most of them was groups of skateboards, and you don't see no AUCs, you don't see no one wheels.
I understand
nothing.
that, but there's
wait
New
a
York
second.
City, it's illegal to ride anything,
Yeah, but in Germany, there is 2 years ago was groups that was from One Wheels and groups was from AUC, and they say, oh, I just want to be legal my AUC. I don't matter my skateboard or my, and I changed the way of these guys to think, because I think that is we are like a family.
Right.
Maybe you have your group, and sometimes when it's a group of AUCs, they always tell AUC for life, and I don't care about the skateboards. So I think that is, maybe you can have your group, not a problem. I think that is beautiful to have this group, but I think we have to stick everybody together.
Right.
Like that's why I love the DC. That's why I love
our
before.
community will welcome every rider, but at the same time, we understand each group has their ambassadors, so they kind of want to have a group so they could call it that.
Mhm.
So, like a scooter might have their brand.
Well,
so
let me tell you this. Like, I don't know if you noticed the way I run Kaly. We don't advertise. We don't have ambassadors. We don't push. Right? We don't push the product. We don't push anything.
Right,
You've seen it. You see it over there. We don't push shit. Because this is the problem. What I see is the moment you try to incentivize people to try to make a commission out of something of this or that, it becomes a problem. You know what I mean? Because everybody gets territorial. And it's not a bad thing, because we all humans and we have that in our nature. But if there is a stake, so that's why people, to me, are like, everybody's okay, but tell me, okay, if you want to talk about the boards, I will tell you about the boards. But to me, most about, okay, what do you want to do? Do you want to have some fun? I'm in the fun business. I'm not even in the board business. I don't give, they come out good. I like it. I like the machine, but I could care less what you ride. Like DJ Strip. DJ Strip is working with us now. She's helping us.
Yeah.
And guess what? This motherfucker rides a LaCroix from day one.
The poor guy, right? But it's Kaly parts, though.
No, it doesn't matter, because this is the whole thing. I don't care. I see the person. I don't care what you ride. I see the person. And if we get that out of the way, that's why people say, yeah, I want to be your ambassador.
That's what Kaly Nation's about. It doesn't matter what you ride, but we all ride together.
I ride with
a tribe.
Like, to me, I ride with you, the person.
Yeah.
Like you. Nelson, when I met you, you were riding it was an Evolve? No, an Evolve, I think it was, right?
Yeah.
And then later you were riding a LaCroix. Did I ever say anything? Nothing. It's all love, because I ride with the person, not the thing. And that's what we all need to understand.
Right.
And then
no butthurt.
No, but this is another thing why I never consider anybody my competitors, because you know what? We all can afford multiple devices. So most of the guys that have Kalys, they have all the other boards too. You know what I mean? Once you get in here, once you get in this space and you love this thing, you're fucked, because you're going to start spending money. I said it once before, I said it once again.
I had a LaCroix before. I had a prototypo. So
that is the thing. Get into cocaine and not get into this shit, because you're going to spend money because you like it. You will like a board for one thing. You will like another board for another thing. Like, to me, there's not that one device that will satisfy. Once you're into this, believe me, everything. And you know how good it is? I
want to keep trying new products, new things.
I've seen some guys that put the pictures of the racks, 15, 17 boards in the rack. Dude, once I see that, like, okay, that's my dude right there. I don't care if he has a Kaly or no. He gets it. So that is what we need to get. Once we try to be mouthpiece for everybody trying to push things, like, no, I don't push anything. Like, no, if you want, you come in, perfect. If not, perfect too. So that is to me, it's the main thing, because put it like this. When people get into board sports, they in for life. Think
Right.
about
You're
that.
hooked.
This
You're hooked.
like
Right.
look at Jeff Tatum. Motherfuckers have been riding longer than I have been living. He was riding
Right.
before I was even born, and he's still there. So that's all you need to see. You know what I mean? Yeah.
I just say like this, guys. We just have to enjoy it. Sometimes I go to group rides, and I see the guys. I have a better machine than you, and these guys. Sometimes we don't understand that the people don't have the conditions to buy a bigger machine or something like that, or we don't know what's the reason.
Doesn't matter.
Or it doesn't matter. And sometimes you see that in the groups, and I'm the first one to say, go away. You don't. That's why I understand maybe why this Kelly Nation is made. I think that is going in the right direction. That's why I think we have to stick all together, and we have to take out these guys who just hate the groups, and they just want to condemn. They don't want to progress.
Nah, that's
Right.
They don't
crazy.
want nothing
Look,
When I
from
let
us.
people test ride the board, I don't say, "Oh, this is
look,
you have to buy it." I just let them ride it, like see if you like it, and that's it. Most
look,
of
Nelson.
they're
Give me a
hooked.
chance. Look, I come from another, and I like another hobby, which is I like cigars. So the cigars they could go for $10, $5, $200, $300, crazy. But here's the thing. Here's the secret. You know what is the best cigar? The one you like.
Yeah,
That's it. The
again.
one you like. That's the best.
Exactly.
You like that one, and and it's awesome. Even in New York City, right? You go to a cigar lounge, bro. You get in like you got into your family. Nobody fucking knows you. Everybody give you hugs, say hello, sit down, have a chat, like they know you for your whole life. And this guy is
Right.
smoking a $200 cigar. I'm smoking a $20 cigars. We
It
sit
doesn't
down, we
matter.
have a chat. This guy next to you, he likes $20 cigars. He makes $1 million a year. This other guy
It's got
doesn't
a
make
thousand
nothing.
dollars
He
cigar.
he like $1,000 cigar. But you know what? Nobody judge. Nobody cares. We
Right.
there to do just one thing: unwind, let go, and have a good time with my people. So I
Right.
wish that mentality moved to the ESK world. We
That's
would
what.
be like so good, bro. So good.
And have
That's why when
fun.
we do our Wednesday rides, it's our chill rides.
Yeah, just have
Someone shows
fun.
up with a 7 mile board, we're gonna stop at the 7 mile mark.
Guys, I just going to tell you something. I'm a cook. 12 o'clock of the evening, I'm with my head like I have 200,
Right.
250 persons eating in a restaurant.
Yeah.
When I go out
Woo!
from my kitchen, my friend, I just want to catch my board and go 1 hour riding in the middle
I
of the
hear you.
evening.
Yeah.
And 1 hour later, I come home with no stress, nothing. It's like
That's it, bro.
It's
Dude.
the
that.
best thing ever. Like, I ride in the middle of the night, 2 a.m., you know.
That's why I come to
Yeah.
the next question, my
It- it-
friend. What is with the lights of the Kelly, the new lights?
oh, that's a nest that the board I had is different. That's Ernesto. I'm gonna have Ernesto talk about that because I think
Well,
he's gonna try to have them, but that's
this
why
is
I
the thing. I want to have like I like the lightsabers. You see, like the lightsabers, those ones that have all the sound effects and everything. So I'm trying to see if we could get that rolling to have a nice LED light, but just with all the special effects. So we got
right.
it has sounds like a fucking spaceship. Another thing I want to do is to have color coding on the lights. So depending on your speed, we're gonna have a color. But the main thing is I'm trying to find a manufacturer to have something that could be easily to add it on. So just uh, plug and play. Because again, we don't want to. I'm trying to take out complexity of these boards. So, but that's still a little bit further down the road. So let's see when that gets there. But as always, everything is going to be backwards compatible. But I want sound effects and I want a lightsaber. When you turn this thing, it will be like a freaking lightsaber, like a Kylo Ren board, like
But all the lights is integrated direct to the battery for everybody's
Yes,
out there.
correct. All the lights are integrated. We have aluminum CNC, aluminum mounts for all the lights. So if you crash, unless you have a big crash, if you break one of these lights, you have bigger problems. Simple as that.
Okay.
So that is that.
Let me just say, first of all, for everybody's out there is coming to see the live, thank you for coming. If you have any questions to this person who has enjoying and riding around across USA with this new machine, and Ernesto is now here. I don't know how many time he can stay here with us. Leave the questions there. But I just want to put something here that is very important. A guy from Australia is going to come in May, 2 weeks from Sydney. He's going to come and visit New York, Boston, Philadelphia, DC, and he likes to join with the guys for a group ride.
Yeah, Anthony. It looks like Anthony Toy. Yeah. Stop by anytime, man. Let us know. DCESK8's welcoming.
Send us an email.
You could literally take a bus from here to New York for like $20. So if you ride with us, even to Philadelphia, so you can hit those cities back to back, and then ride a bus. Literally, let us know. I might actually go ride with you because I love going to New York. I love going to Philly.
And Anthony is very active rider in Australia. He's very, very active in Australia. Is it very good?
Yeah. I actually want to visit Sydney.
You should visit Sydney. Yeah.
You should visit there.
You should visit.
Yeah.
Anyway, he could hit me up when he comes to New York City. We always have sometimes. My shop is right close to Randall's Island. To me, it's one of the best places to ride in New York City. You could go over the Tri-Borough Bridge. We have a brewery next door,
New York's amazing. Right.
We're kind of strategic, so it's pretty good to go all around and nothing. Just hit us up and we will accommodate. Yeah.
And Ernesto, the new shop is enough for you now, or is coming again very small?
We're back.
He's going back.
Yeah, I think it's getting smaller for him.
It's there.
Again, sorry for that, guys. It getting smaller, so at least there's room in there. But I always like to squeeze. If you want your creative juices to get going, don't throw money to anything. Just try to see how far you could take it, just with innovation, just to try to get things to work. Once you do that, believe me, your juices will start flowing and you can figure shit out. If you start throwing money first, you're going to be fucked. So the best thing is try as much as you can to see how you can make it work and then go from there. Let me move from here because I know I'm a little brown, but this motherfucking song's going to get me crazy.
I have a question here for Tom. I'm going to make the question for the two of you. Now the
shop is a little bit smaller again.
Okay.
But...
Are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm moving closer to the Wi-Fi. Can you hear me?
Yeah, it was blocking.
Okay.
It was
Yes. Let me come here, but there's an iguana somewhere here that doesn't want nobody next to it. Freaking things want to buy.
I think most of the people here want to know about the XLR and its stabilization system.
Yes. But before we go to that,
tested it. I mean, just riding around. I have to admit, it's an amazing system. Like at higher speeds, it gives you that comfort of being able to go high speeds, and like I said, if you're going about 40, it wants more. Like question is like, do you want to go further than 50? Because like there's a pothole up ahead. If you're not familiar with those roads, you do that. That's something, stabilization system is not going to help you. If there's a big pothole, so you do have to be careful. But it's an amazing system. Just being able to slow down, and now you'll be able to carve at slower speed and at higher speeds. You can still carve. it's just so stable, and I think that's majority or the people that want to know about the system because like what's new, the new technology is
Well, to me, this is what I see with the system. You were saying something before Erwin started, Nelson. What was that?
Sorry.
You were saying something before Erwin started. What was that? You were going to say something.
There was a question here from Tom, and from the two of you, where in the world do you like to ride and you never ride, the two of you?
Well, in all honesty, I want to take everybody to the R. I know I'm from there. I'm biased. But this is the thing, like, bro, once I take you, you're going to understand why. We need basically a bro weekend. Just us guy shredding. I know there's some ladies over there, but we could bring you in too. But it's just for shredding, drinking some beers, getting suntan like this, and having some massive fun. But I need to share this with everybody because that's the thing, That's one place I would like to take people. The other one will be Marbella or Sweden, but to the fjords. So that's
right.
But the thing is that we need some kind of like guys weekends. I won't say a full week. It's just like 4 days. But for that, we need to have everything in place. We hit the ground running. We do, go to sleep, drink some beers, and then we ride again. And that's
Right.
that. Yeah.
And you, my friend?
Or with me, I'm gonna answer with two different answers because, like, you asked, where do I want to go? But I also want to say where I've been already.
Yes.
I mean, I'm gonna have like an answer, kind of like what Ernesto said. There's no place like home. DCESK8. There's just so many places. Even our group hasn't even touched yet. There's so many hills. There's so many areas in the suburbs and further out that our group hasn't even touched. I personally know because I used to be a cyclist, and there's so many routes that we have never even touched and been to. Now, in places that I want to go to, I would love to go to Australia. I think it's one of those places where like so many beaches and so many areas to so many cities to go there to. Like the Gold Coast alone, I heard it's amazing. Second place is Europe. Just the whole continent. I just want to do like literally a road trip there. And DCESK8 is actually thinking about doing a trip there this coming summer. I don't know.
Ernesto was in Paris, and he was like a machine in Paris.
Yeah.
Oh,
I was actually supposed to be with Ernesto like a couple, was it 2-3 years ago? I told Ernesto about the Paris trip. I was like, "Yo, you go to the Paris thing?" And it's like, I wasn't even sure if he knew about it then, because he was like, "No, what's it about?" Right. But
yeah, we need it's electric again. We need that. We need to hit the road, and we need to get everybody back again in Europe together. Well, I think in all honesty, I don't think this next year is gonna be like this year before. Even if they closing stuff, it's unsustainable economically. It's unsustainable for the people, for the well-being of everybody. And at the end of the day, in all honesty, I just want to hit that Euro below route.
Europe's the next step, I think, because like so many countries.
And France, guys, believe it or not, France, they are very good with the longboards, skateboards, and electric things. You are in this level, and the rest of Europe is not so far like France. If you want to go and have a nice ride, go to France. France is fantastic.
Well, guys, I'm gonna have to leave you because the wife's gonna kill me, and I wish everybody to have fun.
Ernesto, thank you for coming, my friend.
I'm glad you came in, man.
Thank you so much for you to come.
Nelson told me it was a surprise. I was like, wow.
Take care, guys. Have some fun, and I'll see you again.
See you, my friend. Have a good time, huh? Bye.
Ciao.
All right, ciao.
Ciao, my friend. So now, Ernesto is out. Thank you, guys. Now we're going to come back. I have lots of questions I want to make you. I want to talk about this journey. First of all, we're going to start. We was talking about the board. I want to know about this deck. what you think about the new deck from the Kaly board.
Right.
What is for you the difference?
To me, yeah, this deck is like so much bigger than the old one. From compared to the Kaly 40. I have a Kaly 40. I have a Kaly 2.0. I also have a Kaly 1.0. Yeah, so basically almost have the nomenclature
All
of
generations.
Kaly generations, right? But and like I said, each board is just I can't get rid of anyone because each one rides differently, so you can't. It's like you can't just change it. You can't just sell it because like I gotta keep that because it's different. Well, anyway, this new XLR deck. It's concave, so it's got a little W kind of in the middle. So like it's so huge where you do little steps when you carve, but when you carve, you just pretty much keep it in the middle, and you could like literally feel. It's so much different than the 40. And of course, it's a bigger, heavier board. It's got more battery. So like, yeah, so it's like you're riding it's a tank, but at the same time, it's not slow as a tank. It's faster. That's the scary thing about it.
But the good thing, the question is like this, my friend. Do you feel comfortable with your
It's
feet?
the most stable board I've been on at super high speeds. Like we had to adjust the bushings. I was with. I mean, even with Ernesto, I think working with that guy Heath. Even with the bushing, he got him. He pretty much changed it, but
yeah, it was talking here in the last interview. It was telling that the bushings he wants it was a little hard. And
it was a little stiffer. So, but once we got that, because I was on my way down, and I stopped by Tim Sender Skates. I don't know if you know Sender Skate. Yeah, spent the night at his house, and like, we were kind of figuring out why is it so stiff, and like we kind of figured it's the bushings. So like we called up an Ernesto. We did some tinkering with it, and pretty much we just got to change the bushings and stuff. That picture right there was actually a few days ago when we did our, DCESK8 does other things than just skate. We actually did our time to help feed the homeless, and it's the best thing when you can give back to the community. And the founder, Cuban, he's been like,
he was here in the interview with us.
His sister has been doing this. I think DCESK8 has been doing it the last 5 years. I've done it last, I think 4 or 5 years.
He's all man.
It's amazing. That's Cuban right there in the red shirt.
He was here with the interview last year, and it was fantastic to know him. He does a lot for the community.
Actually, this last road trip, I went. I met them up at Vegas for what do you call it, for his birthday. So we, on my road trip, took a little break from my road trip and hung out with him. We skated around Vegas. Las Vegas, because he had his birthday out there. That's Cuban on the left, that's Pierre on the right, that's me in the middle. But I mean, we consider ourselves family. Our DCESK8 is always changing, and we, like I said, we always let people who want to lead, and we stay as a community. I mean, there's like just like any big family, there's always some argument, some drama, but overall, you gotta keep the whole big picture and stay as family. And that's how we do it. We pretty much, just like anywhere else, there's drama, but we always trying to make sure everything helps in terms of keeping our family together.
And putting this way, my friend, I know that DC. I want to talk about the DC group. I think what I love about this group, if you go to the group, you're not going to see too much people inside of the group, but they are very active persons. They are very persons who love this community. Exactly. Your community, sometimes you have more persons riding than in groups of 3,000 to 4,000 guys riding, and you ride a lot together, and you ride lots of types and different
there's rides I don't even know what's going on because the community is so big. It's like like the next day there'll be a ride. We didn't even know what's gonna happen. And there'll be. It's weird because like we also have an EUC ride. Oh, that there might be a ride with DCESK8 later on. So someone who's in DC could actually ride a DC EUC ride and also ride the DCESK8 ride all in the same day. So like if you can stop and by, now you have a ride all day. Which is beautiful. And like I said, that's what makes us a big unit. And we try to communicate with other groups that PEV groups, and we respect that. We also have these bike parties where we actually just like, hey, we're just bringing some beer. We're just gonna go ride slow. Just DC bike parties are pretty slow. I don't know if it's available in Germany, but there's other communities that like we just hang out.
I just want to try to tell you
For
something.
a big example, we had our Halloween ride, right?
Yeah.
This past Halloween on October 31st, we're almost done our ride, and then like all of a sudden this big huge bike party just happened, and like past we run into each other. 'Cause we were going to our parking lot. We were parked at Lincoln, right? Parked at Lincoln. We're headed to Lincoln. It's like, yo, we're here with you guys. So like it's one big community. And like, we had our guys with the big speakers and music, and we actually made the big bike the scooter guys was with us. They had their big speakers, and we literally crashed the DC bike party. We made it better because we had the big speakers. So like now the bike party's dancing. We made our stop at I guess the National Gallery of Art, and now it became like music festival because now everyone's dancing. Yeah, like 80, 100 people were dancing around because we somebody in our group had brought these huge ass speakers, and it just became a rave, kind of like festival. It was amazing.
That's the important from communities. That's what the people don't understand.
It just happened, and we make each of our groups know that if we have a ride, they already know, and then the same thing with them. If they have a ride, some of us might show up. I haven't been showing up a lot because I've been riding 4 or 5 years now, and after a while, it's kind of like you don't go every time. You know what I mean? And that's okay, and that's why you let every year, if you're still new to the community within like the last 2.5 years, you're active. You want to ride every day or as much as you could, right? If you're older, you might be, after 4 or 5 years, you're kind of like, okay, I'll ride every now and then. I'll do big group rides. I'll join it. In the summer, I'll definitely be there like almost every Wednesday, and then like maybe every weekends and stuff. I mean, it's just so many rides, especially in the summer. You got the bike party, you got the EUC rides.
I'm going to put this question for you like this, my friend. And how many places has you been in USA riding your camp?
Just riding around.
You lose the count.
As a group or like joining?
No, you, my friend.
Everything
together, because I think you are a guy
I traveled to well, because my thing was I wanted to go to Europe in the beginning before I did all these trips, but I was like, wait, I haven't even seen the United States yet. I can't do that until I search every corner of it, because there's no comparison, right? I can't just go to Europe and say, it's like now I have no comparison to compare it to, right? So I had to see the United States before. Yeah, that's the past invasion ride. That's the scooter group alone, and
they are from New York.
Yeah, a lot of people from New York came. They
represent the scooter
gang. Looks like you got a few DC folks in there also.
Yeah. But I think that was a fantastic.
Everybody
meeting.
Represented. That's Ernesto. We kind of like snuck out the group ride and we just had dinner. That's his daughter on the right side there. So we just, you do so many of these rides, you don't want to ride all day. um, yeah, that's up at the start of the DC invasion.
Yeah.
It's just, I love the community.
I was with the guys here. I was with the guys here from the New York.
Yeah, that's the New York guy. Yeah, the guy in the middle there is David Jansen. He's one of the main guys that got the whole group from New York to come here. So like shout out to him.
And the guys, they are fantastic, and that is beautiful to see all of you guys together.
Right. It is amazing. And this is us. We're just waiting out for the rain because it had rain that day. So we're just waiting for the roads to dry up.
That's shit, huh?
I'm pretty sure you're familiar with that. Yeah. We're at the hotel.
My friend.
I think this was the Hilton. We're just waiting for the rain to dry up.
You wait to receive the boat, and then you have to wait to
right.
go for a ride.
Yeah,
this is beautiful
station. We're just like, that's New York Tarzan on the left. He's a legend. Another legend is on the right. That's Declan, one of our own DCESK8. He's one of the leaders of DCEUC. Shout outs to him. He's been like helping out on our rides and also DCEUC rides. Like I said, we're one big family, man. On this picture here that you see Colin on the left, T Colin on the right. Obviously, that's Ernesto, and also the guy from Philly. What's his name? The guy that sang the songs. Oh, kind of forgot his name. Yeah, some of our DC.
How many persons was in this ride?
This was about 145, I believe. 145
was a lot.
Yeah. And you got to remember, we still have the pandemic going on, so it's
of course.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm just putting some pictures from you, my friend.
Yeah, I was just toying around. I think this was more like a writing thing about reflection of myself, and I forgot what But yeah, as community hall, DCESK8, I love it. Having traveled a lot of cities and meeting other groups, we are definitely unique. New York is also very unique.
You have a lot of history, my friend.
They kind of changed to more stay. They kind of lost the skateboard community, but I hope it's gonna come back. I mean, I see it coming back. Right, but like I said, a lot of our groups here, they like bought boards. And the same thing with us too. Like a lot of our skaters have bought ECs, we bought scooters, we bought e-bikes and stuff. So, like with me alone, because like I'm one of the OGs of DCESK8, I pretty much decided, okay, I have EUC, but I'm not gonna ride it with DCESK8. I'm gonna ride it with either with DCEUC and our Gladiators group. So I'm down with that. But our rides are
fantastic.
I love skating.
This picture is fantastic, my friend.
Yeah, that's in Nashville, Tennessee. That's actually a famous, mosaic.
Yeah. I know what you mean.
One of Muriel's in the back. People go. There's actually a line for this to get in to get a shot. It's funny.
Yeah. That is amazing.
Nashville is a very fun city to ride. It's amazing. They barbecue. I came there to barbecue for their barbecues and just to ride around. It's a small city, but it's just amazing. Food and just the live music.
For you, my friend, the Kaly Nation. What do you say to everybody? I'm just going to say to everybody in Instagram, you're going to find the Kaly Nation is starting now. Is putting out now. If you want to go there, I'm going to leave the link there, guys, for you to see it. Is starting.
Now.
I
just started the Kaly Nation, my Instagram, just for for anybody that just love traveling. Love people posting stuff in there too. I'll probably post.
I'm going to be one of them.
If you're in a unique place, I'll probably post it up there. It's not just about Cali boards. It's about being to places that you're out there to travel. You're out there to meet other communities, or even start communities. Because reaching out to Eastgate community, this is still a young thing to happen. In terms of like if you compare it to regular skating, that we're still in our youth. Uh,
And I
and
think too, my friend.
it's just beautiful. Like I said, like I just recently went to Dallas Fort Worth, Eastgate group.
Hmm.
They're
I bet
amazing. They just started because, like I said, 4 years ago they weren't even there when I went to Texas, and now they're there.
that's from Dallas.
No, I
That
think this
that's
one, yeah.
This is Dallas, Texas.
Yeah, this is Dallas, Texas. I was in the hotel. I was just because I wasn't posting anything on Telegram. My family was texting me, "Are you okay?" They thought
And
they
you
think
say,
something happened to me because I love getting lost, and a lot of times I just have no contact with anybody. So I was getting text messages like, "Are you okay?" Because like
are
we don't
you
see you on
alive?
Instagram. They thought I was dead or something. But yeah,
You
so
are here, my
that was
friend.
my short thing. I'm okay.
So, for you, for a guy, now we are talking about you are a rider, you are a guy who knows very well Kelly boards. Uh, do you recommend the new board from Kelly?
The Kali XLR, the new board it's an amazing new technology. It's gonna change the e-skating world, for sure. And it's so new that like not a lot of people know, but just trying to get that high speed, because not everyone's a pro skater. Like I said, well,
Hmm.
like Ernesto, he was like, we have our day jobs and stuff. This is a stable board. Um, so it's not
Do
a
you
beginner
think that is
board.
for
If
beginner?
you're a beginner, you definitely not get this board because
What you recommend from Kelly when you are not a beginner? The 40,
um if you're
the
not a
50?
beginner, like they say, what do you mean? If you're not a
If you
beginner,
are a beginner, sorry, if you are a beginner,
if you're a
start with the.
beginner, I mean, even getting a Cali 2.0 is amazing.
Okay,
Because
this
it's
one.
because because yeah, that one. Because it's nice and maneuverable, it's light, uh, and also has a quick fast charger. And you can take it anywhere, like on a good day, as long as it's not too hot in the car, you can leave it in the car,
Hmm.
or too cold, just leave it in the car and just like, oh, let me go out and skate. It's actually an excellent travel board.
Hmm.
As long as you have I mean, you could even get a smaller charger for it to, if you want, you. Because a lot of times you stop by, you get dinner, you're out for 2 hours, so like you don't need to have that super fast charge. But it's a great board. So if you're a beginner 2.0, and I like what Ernesto just recently did, he made the 2.0. Okay, if you're a beginner, you could later get an enclosure for it
Hmm.
to have bigger batteries. So like once you outgrow the 2.0, you don't literally have to buy a new board.
You
You
just
could
have updated.
you could update the batteries and get an enclosure and like basically keep your motors and your trucks in there. So like you're saving so much money. Other companies just upgraded their
Yeah,
trucks
of course.
or whatever. It's the same shit. With the Cali 2.0, it's like, okay, you might not have that money to get that 50 or the XLR, but you have that option to upgrade the batteries later on to to have longer miles.
Eh, but the,
That's amazing.
that of course, if you go to Ernesto, first of all, I just want to say, guys, don't think that we win something with Ernesto. That is just our opinion.
Right.
Nobody's paying us nothing. He's a rider, I'm a
Exactly.
rider,
I'm not getting
and
paid
we
to
are
say
trying
this.
we are just
Right.
trying to give help you guys to decide, because we as riders, he's one of the guys who tested all the Kellys out there. And I think
Right.
he's the right person for us. If you have a question, if you have a doubt,
Yeah,
what board?
I've had the prototypo, at one time, and then during that time, what was the prototypo? 10S 5P or something, or 4P? Yeah, I mean, I just noticed in the winter it had more lag because but technology's always changed. But during that time, you had to compare the prototypo to a 2.0, and during that time, it was no hands. The 2.0 was better. But, of course, they changed their thing. But yeah, but at the same time, they're all DIY kind of like thing. Everything is changeable. Like I've seen prototypo with an 18S now. I believe.
Yeah, I see it. The last time I see it, I think
somebody had an 18S prototypo.
That was 10S, 10P.
Right. So the whole thing is all on these high-end brands, you are able to
update.
Okay, you might have old batteries or old ESC that's burnt out. Everything is fixable, and it doesn't have to be a Kaly brand to replace it. Anybody who's a DIY could look at your board, slap in anything, swap it, and put on newer technology. They could put the new molecule cells in there, on an older board. That's the beauty of these things.
Then I'm going to go to the other question. I think that is important. You, with so many years, do you think what is for you the service from Kaly? How can you describe it? The service for everybody, maybe never buy a board from Kaly. How is the
first
service?
Off, Ernesto is not, and it's not just me. I mean, he would literally send you. I've known a few people when the bushings came out. He gave bushings to anybody. I remember when they came out. The new barrels. He came out said last year, I believe, or a year and a half ago, when they first came out. I remember, and it's not just me. So it's not I'm just a special guy. Anybody who pretty much wrote a Kaly, he sent out some samples of the barrels to test out, and now became the new thing on his board. So he would literally, he literally called me. He's like, "Oh, I forgot your address. What's your address?" I was like, "Fine." I was like, "You'll find out." It's next thing I get this thing in the mail for free. It's who does that? Normally people charges stuff, this guy just giving me stuff
And the good thing by him,
it's not just me. I've known a lot of other people he's given that to.
Yeah.
So it's not just.
I'm going to put it this way. I know Alex from LaCroix.
Right.
I don't have nothing. I think the only thing is
Alex is a great guy. He skated with us. He's from the DC.
But what I think the difference is this: when you proclaim LaCroix, you cannot say, "Okay, I don't want it anymore." You have to. Then you have to buy it. And by Ernesto, if you buy it and you change your mind, Ernesto sends you the money back. And you say, okay. No, Ernesto, in the interview, he said that here, I don't want nobody buying something that they don't want. Or you want it or you don't want it. And that is a thing I think I love by Ernesto, that he don't tell you you have to. If you...
Because you know why, though, right? Do you know why? Because for me, for a fact, I haven't met anybody who has said or that who has owned a Kaly say they don't like the board. That's why he stands by his brand. And I believe in his brand. I've never met anybody who actually owns it. I've met people who talk shit about it that never owned it, maybe test ride it here. But I've never met anyone that actually owned it and say, "Oh, this brand sucks."
Can I tell you something?
That's why he believes in his brand and he backs it up. That's the reason why.
I think I don't want to disclassify the guys who write and make reviews about boards, because I'm a guy, I don't like reviews. Why I don't like reviews? Because when you test a board for 3-4 days,
those are reviews. I'm talking about actual owners.
Okay.
A review could be it could be almost biased. Yes. But at the same time, like yeah, it's like, oh, okay, that, this company sent me a board, or they might have tested wrote it,
Yes,
and
that's what I don't like,
right,
because you have to write a lot to know what is good and what is bad,
exactly.
what is the positive things and what is the negative things. And I think it's not in 1 week that you're going to do it. I don't want to discredit
It
nobody
takes longer than
YouTubers.
a week to actually fall in love.
Yes,
Like with the Cali board, actually, like the 2.0, not this new XLR. The flares are on the side, so if you don't have those leg muscles, it's gonna feel funny, because now you're using these muscles you've never used, and if you just test ride it for like 30 minutes or an hour or even just one day, your legs are gonna feel aching, right? So you have to build those leg muscles. So like someone that test ride a 2.0 or a 4.0 or a 50, is gonna have that similar problem, because it's different. Different from the board. If you know what I'm talking about, the flares are
yeah.
on the edges. So
Mhm.
yeah, so your toes are kind of moving there, and then your back kind of arches. So your muscles is totally different. So like once you build those muscles, like whoa, this board is very responsive. Like I can just like turn right to the left real quick, without even thinking. It's like it's just part of your body.
And,
Um,
I don't know if you agree with me, but for me, I think like this. I have lots of boards here in my home,
yeah,
and believe it, for each board I have a different style of riding. One is for carving, one is for speed, one is for long range.
exactly. That's what I said. Like every Cali board I've owned, it's like each one's so different. It's like, how do you get rid of it? It's like it's totally different. The 1.0 I have has Trompa wheels on it, so it's on things and it's belt. So I
Yeah.
was like, that. How can I sell that? Because like it's totally different from my. It has a different feel. Uh, the ride is amazing, and it carves a lot differently from my 2.0.
Yeah.
My 2.0 drives a lot lighter than my 40, and then
Yeah.
compared to this 40 to the XLR, you know the XLR excels at high speeds. Like where my 40 at 40 is like a lot of times when I hit 40 or 43 or 44, 45, 50, it's sketchy. It's like I
Mhm.
automatically just slow down. I might
That,
hit it. I might hit the top speed of 50 on it, but I was like, that's it. I'm done.
and putting this way, my friend, when you what is the power of this new machine?
This machine, like I said, yeah, it is kind of lower, the 18S. What is it, 18P? I think,
Uh-huh.
or something. Um, it's just Ernesto is just testing out the new ESC, but at the same time, this thing's already powerful. I mean, most people don't need this kind of power. Uh, I would
Did,
say
did,
90% does not need this kind of power.
what what
It's
what was
like
your first reaction when you tested, my friend?
it was like it was ridiculous. Like, you go to 40 and like just feel so comfortable. It's like I have to check my mileage. I have to check how fast I was going. I was like, wait, it just feels comfortable. He wants more. I was like, no, I can't do this. This is not real.
I was amazed. I was
Right,
amazed. I was
right. It's
amazed by the
like,
wheels.
whoa, wow. I was like, okay, man, I should slow down because I don't know what, I don't want to kill myself. I mean, it's stable though. And you also have
It's
to think when those corners are coming in, like, oh shit, this is fast.
I
It's
imagine the first
crazy
time you
fast.
ride it. We
Right.
talked about it. We talked, the two of us, before, messaging us, the
Yeah.
two of us, and you say, Nelson, I want this board. I want it. I want it. And the first
Right.
time, the first day you receive it, and you said, I cannot stop. I have to ride. I have to ride. I love
Right.
this.
Right. Right. Yeah, because I remember when you asked me for the interview, it's like, well, you got to let me test out this XLR first, and then we'll talk about it, because this is something we need to talk about. Because
I,
like this is something special. This is like new in the Eastgate community technology. I mean, I can see this every. I mean, I'm pretty sure every other board company, like in a few years from now, are probably going to turn into this. eventually.
I think too, my friend.
Right. Because, Ernesto always pushes things, like I said before, a few years ago, 12S4P, they were laughing. That's too much. That's too much battery. That's crazy.
Mhm.
And now it's like 12S4P is like, it's a joke, right?
Yeah, but
It's nothing now.
that is the problem. That's the problem for lots of persons. We are coming close to 2 hours. We have to go to the end.
Wow.
But
Yeah,
let's go faster, my friend. That is
it
faster
is.
than
It
you
is.
imagine. The people is always telling Nelson 2 hours, but the people are here in the interview. That
Yeah.
is like a machine. I just
Right.
going to I just going to put this way. Uh, with this new wheels, because I cannot imagine anyone. I don't know if you let anyone test your board, but if you let anyone test your board, what
Yeah, it's
was
a
the
demo
reaction?
board. Anybody, by the way, anybody wants to contact me, DCESK, who hasn't ridden it yet, DM me. We're, we'll
And the
set
persons who try it,
time to ride.
the persons who tried, what was the sensation for these guys? The reaction is in this
Well, at
phase.
first they were like, first that they thought it was stiff, but at the same time, they, like once you ride at a high speed, it makes sense. Like, because like you could actually hear the servos, like when you turn on, you can hear the thing tightening up when you're carving. It's like, wait a minute, I could carve at 45 miles an hour or 50, this is crazy. Like nobody at 40, you do not carve. You got all your weight in the front. Right? All your
Everybody
weight,
was like,
towing in the back. You don't want to speed wobble. I'm like, I got my weight in both for my I'm planked up. It's kind of funny. It's just like, wow, this board is very, very stable. I mean, a lot of people would just get on it. They didn't even try it at high speeds yet. So like, but I suggest like, we should be on a real track to like really understand what the capabilities are.
sorry.
Like, yeah, because I remember in Dallas, some people test rode it. They said it was stiff. I was like, and then they saw me ride it, and it was like, I'm over there carving it. It's fine. At higher speeds like I said, it's a board to go fast, and it wants more. Hitting
And
35,
safe.
40. It's so safe. I mean, at the same time, guys, wear gear. Wear a full face helmet. Do not just trust on technology. I mean, technology is if technology is part of also wearing gear. That's what that's why we know to I haven't had a major injury where I've broken anything. I've fallen many times. It's no joke.
Yeah, if you
I
ride
remember
like
when I did my road trip. I
uh-huh.
was at Vegas. I went to Hoover Dam. I've actually fallen, and I was my knees were busted. My palms were all raw, red. And I had to stay in Vegas for an extra 3 days just to get my knees from
Oh.
to swell down. But that was scary. And I normally wear gear. And that day, I just wanted to do a quick ride at Hoover Dam. I didn't think about it. So like that was the only time I didn't wear it. That's when I like ate shit. So wear your gears, guys. Especially
Yes.
when you're on a super board or a board that's fast, you gotta respect the capabilities of it. What's up, Joe? Eastgate Fatty there.
He's a
What's up?
fantastic.
Joe is actually a perfect example how with DCESK we let everybody grow, and like this guy knows more about the XLR than I do.
Yes, I know.
honestly,
He was.
like I think is it a year and a half, 2 years that you started e-skating.
Mhm.
Back then I think he just had a backfire, and then he went to
Yes.
what else did you have? He had something else, a Metro board, I believe.
Let me see.
Yeah, and then like and then now he got the Cali 50, and then like he just kept moving on up. And like now this guy knows a lot about Cali. It's amazing. You let the community grow, guys. You don't shit on them. You let everybody, because like every year has a class, and you let them have their clique of friends, and they bond. And the community, that's the only way you get the community to grow, because like everyone wants to feel special, you know what I mean? Like class of 2020, class of 2021, 22, in our future, And then if they're doing more stuff, you need to give out your, okay, you guys handle the group ride majorly, but we're all DCESK8 as like as an entity. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
We'll all do our rides together, and that's the best way. That's the beautiful part of it, because like you can actually, it's autonomous. It's beautiful.
Yes,
It's
I
like,
think the same.
like if you got a new board, you want to ride every day. Doesn't matter if it's 0 degrees out there, right? If it's -0, you're gonna be out there with your new board. It doesn't matter. It could be a Meepo. It could be some like something you got off Walmart. You want to ride,
Yeah, my friend.
but you let them grow and they become amazing people. I mean, Joe is like, I'm like, wow, this guy is amazing on like teaching people about the Callies, like the insides, the outside of it. I'm more of a rider and people person, so like we all do something. We all pitch in as a community, and that's the beauty of DCESK8. We're here for each other. There's going to be an animosity amongst us sometime, but you take care of it, just like family matters, right? You might have that brother that's like a really bad guy that kind of starts trouble, but you got to knock him in the shoulders like, yo, we're together, right? We're family.
Yes.
And that's how we got to treat these groups.
I give
overall, we're here to ride. We're here to have fun. Overall, doesn't you look past all the hate or whatever, because like people's always gonna talk behind your back. I don't understand that. I'm pretty sure someone's talking about my
it's
my
the
back
same.
right
I don't care, my friend. I just want to have fun, meet new friends.
Exactly.
I just want
Get
to
rid of that drama.
Yeah,
Get rid of that drama. You just throw it away. Like
started last
focus
year
on the positive things, because we got too many things to worry. We got family, we got work, we got like all other stuff. Like, do I want to hear that drama? No. Like, I'll try to fix it, but overall, I don't want to hear about it.
Do you just want to pick your board and have a nice time, have a nice enjoy drinking something with your friends, have a nice chat. If you're going to talk about problems, then don't leave your home. Then you're going to destroy everybody. The other ones want to have fun. Everything is going to be a negative. I just have an answer here from him.
It's all about the community and sharing your information, because I mean, because if like the people I've written in it when I started, half of them are not even 1/4 of them. I think only 1/4 of them are still here. You know what I mean? Yeah. So you got to understand, like, whoa, every year it's gonna be like that. The longer we stay in, there's only gonna be a few handful of us actually staying here for.
I know, my friend. I know.
And when someone gets in a serious accident, they go on a fire sale and like get rid of the sport. But eventually. They're the ones kind of like us, and like they actually make this sport an amazing thing, and I love it. I mean, like I said, no one wants to get hurt, no one wants to get seriously injured. I listen to myself. Like, there are times I forget my helmet. Okay, I'm not riding. I turn back, or I'll meet them at the pub where they're charging. Because I find it as it's like, yo, something's telling you not to ride that day. It's like, I've survived this much without breaking a bone. I'm gonna like continue it. My board breaks down, I take an Uber back to my car. That's pretty much knock on wood, right? You do things that make sure you don't get hurt.
Yeah, and be safe.
It's not like I've seriously fallen hurt, but I've never broken a bone, and that's one of the lucky things.
That's what I just want to say. You asked the question to Skate Fatty. He started last February, first with the Black Fire, and then with the metal board.
It's amazing. It's amazing how he evolved to all this. Now he's like a guru of, Cali. Like I listen to everything he writes. He doesn't think he does, but I actually actually follow what he's saying about when he opens his board up. It's like, okay, let me, I just ride the board. I just have fun. Like everyone has their niche.
That's why, my friends.
And I'm actually proud that what he's doing. It's like, wow, this guy's just really making
And
this
you, my friend, don't stop
community.
with this Kelly Nation. This Kelly Nation, I think that is going to go in the right way.
Right.
I'm going to be one of the guys who going to follow it and post it
Yeah,
there.
hashtag Cali Nation, man.
Yeah,
It's not about owning the Cali. It's about
yeah.
finding your tribe and
Yeah.
keeping it as a community.
I
And
just going to
when I say
put it.
keeping it as a community, it's not just EECs. It's about e-boards. It's about everything. You do everything possible to make sure it happens as a big PEV group. Just like Ernesto said. But I just want to make it aware that a lot of communities are losing their e-board community,
Yeah.
and it's because they're not starting their own groups like
Hmm.
EUC, e-bikes. It's like one group is basically turning the whole group into a EUC group, or one group's just turning the whole thing into a like a e-bike group.
Hmm.
It shouldn't be that way. You should love the PEV community that like, oh, I want to get a easy. I want to get a scooter. I want to get,
Hmm.
a one wheel. Just we love toys. You own a one wheel, right?
I
And
won a one wheel. I
you
won
got a
two.
LaCroix. You got,
Like,
what else do you have? You got an
my
EC.
friend.
This is what I mean. This is what Calidation's
What
about.
about? I have the a bike. I have.
Right.
I don't know how many
You
things I
own
have here.
everything. That's what Cali Nation's about. It's not about just finding a
But
tribe that you actually belong. When you're in a tribe, you still meet other communities, right? It's not just your own. You,
you
you
know
you
what I
also
love, my friend.
you also
The
have to
impo-
be a statesman for your community, right? Your
Do you know
tribe.
what I love more? I love to like meeting new persons, having a nice chat, sitting with them,
Yeah, drink a
know
few
them better,
beers and just
yeah,
hanging out, right?
and have a relaxed of life. We never know what is going to happen tomorrow. Today we are here. I don't have
Right,
nothing against the company A, B, C, D. That don't matter to me.
right.
I just want to have enjoy with you like you. Today you are riding this beautiful machine. Uh, I hope that you have lots of fun. I hope that you bring lots of friends with you, and that the people have the chance.
I'm actually fascinated with all boards. I mean, I'm looking at Mo Stooge, what he's doing, like, and about doing the racetrack kind of thing. I mean, it's not just about just one board. It's like it's a whole community where, okay, what are they doing? Oh, it looks like the West Coast, California, is doing like more track thing. Um, when we had our invasion, we started doing our track races here, and I think New York is also doing it. Jackson is
Mhm.
starting a group there, um, doing the track racing there. It's starting to grow. People have interests. It's not just about group rides. It's about uh,
Yeah,
so many facets of what Eastgate or PEVs and like EUCs, like, oh, now we're doing time trials on this track. It's becoming competitive. Uh, it's I think we're headed the right directions if we do it this way, and we have certain categories. As long as we don't lose any categories, like I said, it's nice to have an e-skate group. It's nice to have a scooter group. It's nice to have a e-bike group and like ECs. But we all ride when there's no ride. Like oh, Wednesday, no one's doing anything Wednesday. Oh, we're gonna join DCESK8 and join them. Oh, we're gonna join you know, the DCEUC to ride with them, or we join the DC bike party. Just chill and hang out and drink beers and like hang out with bikers.
and that's the
It's
important
a
thing.
beautiful community.
That's the important thing. So, guys, we are close yet to 2 hour, more than 2 hours
I know
now.
it's been like, yeah,
That is like, I
that's
just want to
crazy.
say to all the community here who's going to come to see this video later, is going to see, is now in a life. Leave your like, leave your questions. Don't forget, I think it's important for you to see this video. He has lots of good information. He
Right.
has lots of positive things for all of us. Go to the Kelly Nation. I think it's important. in the channel is going to start a new thing, is bringing the groups in the same interview, 3 or 4 groups from around the
Finding
world.
your tribe.
Yes.
Yeah.
And
And
that way,
it's all about starting new communities. I mean, you have smaller cities that don't have an PEV group,
mhm,
and it's so many other there, like I said, our guy from Darius, he was with DCESK8. He's moved to Austin. Shout outs to Darius.
mhm.
He wants to start a Eastgate community there, or even a PEV. I think that he said there's only one wheel riders there, so it'd be nice if he comes out there and like start out a group, just like Dallas has done.
Yeah.
Houston's I actually talked about Dallas about, it'd be nice to have these 3 major cities in Dallas to, we'll do an invasion ride, where we hit Dallas, we'll hit Austin, and then we'll hit Houston. And that's something I would love to do, like I'll try to get DCESK8 if they want to do it. And hopefully California's nearby. We'll all hit that Texas style, they always say they always do it bigger in Texas, right? It'd be kind of something different, like, we hit these 3 cities and like, hopefully we can make it happen. Dallas, let's make this happen, guys. Because I was talking to you guys about starting this.
I think that is going to be great for all of you. Folks, guys, 2 hours was a fantastic interview.
Wow.
First of all, I want to thank you so much, my friend, to lose 2 hours of your life.
It's no problem. It's about the community, man. Hopefully help somebody.
And for you, my EST Fatty, if you want to come here to the interview, we can talk.
Yeah,
maybe
Joe, you got to get Joe into this. This is
Yeah.
like, Joe's been an amazing piece of the Cali community, Cali family.
I have lots of guys here now. In this moment, I think was here the Cuban from the DC.
Cuban,
Was the Cuban?
right,
Was the EST Ninja?
EST Ninja, right?
Yeah, he loves to play
You
with
gotta
his
get
board.
EST Fatty Joe. Also get have you gotten Austin Miller? I am Austin.
No, you have to give
Look
me.
him up. I am Austin.
Okay.
I if I know you're gonna ask me who do you recommend. I am
Yes,
Austin.
of course, my friend. We're going to talk in private about that.
He
And
shreds like with us in DCESK8, and like he's one of those people who's like a pure skater. He started off as a skater, so when he goes skate, like he actually shreds. Like you kind of like, damn, this guy could ride. This guy could like, he just riding on what's he on, a backfire? I forgot what it was. A backfire, I believe. And he's like sliding in the road in between cars, and like it's crazy. Look him up. He's actually written in New York a lot, and even the New Yorkers are there, kind of like, wow, this guy shreds. Like he's got respect from New Yorkers like that. So I definitely recommend you. I am Austin Miller, and also shout out to EST Fatty Joe.
My friends, we are open. The problem is like this. Till end of April, I'm completely booked.
Right, but put them on the list. Put them on the list. Put them on. I know you. I know you're a big guy now. You're the boss man. So,
no, I'm not. I love.
Make it happen. You can make it happen.
Without you guys, the channel. If
you're fully booked, but I'm just saying, put them on the list.
Yeah,
that's all we need to do.
I want to have everybody here, but I worked. I don't do that. YouTube is just for fun, my friend.
We all do this for the community, guys.
Yeah, my friend, that is the only intention. And if you are out there and you have a YouTube and you want to make interviews to your friends, do it, my friend. Make interviews, make your community together, bring everything, make like a Kaly Nation, make something special. Believe it, you're going to help your community and you're going to make new friends. Like today, I make a new friend today, my friend. And I hope to see you very soon that we can ride together, the 2 of us. You are a fantastic person. And for everybody's out there, from my side, I wish you, for all of you, nice New Year. That is the
Yeah,
last
happy
of
New
it.
Year's, guys.
No,
It's
no, no, no.
actually,
You're going to
it's
talk.
actually a play. It's
I
an
want. I
honor to
want.
be the last guy for
Moment.
2021. I didn't realize I'm the last guy for 2021. Happy
Yes,
New
you
Year,
are the
guys.
last one. I just want to. I'm going to leave you with the last words for you. Like always, the last words are going to be from my side. I'm going
Right.
to tell for you guys. I hope that you be safe, right? Enjoy your life. Don't forget, take care of your family, your friends.
Amen.
Don't forget, this sport is for you to take a little of relax, enjoying, have a nice time. And I see you in 2022. I hope that 2022 is going to be a big year for all of us.
It'll be a blast.
And I love you, all of you guys. Be safe. And for you, my friend, I just want to say before I leave you with the last words. I just want to say thank you so much for coming. You are a big guy from this community. Don't stop. Enjoy your life. Don't do this beautiful photographs that you make this Cali Nation very big. I'm very
Right.
proud that you are starting that. I'm going to leave all the links from him here on the description, guys. Go there, subscribe, give a nice like, maybe bring photos from wherever you are. Enjoy it. For you, my friend, I leave you with the last words for your community, for everybody came to see you, and for everybody's going to come later to see you.
Right. And guys, everybody who's not from DC, you guys are welcome to come here. Let us know. We'll make sure you guys get a good ride. We'll set up a big group ride for you. Philly's not too far from here, and so is New York. Make it like a trifecta kind of trip. Trips from here to Philly is only about $20-$30. Same thing to New York. It's going to be so cheap to hit these three cities for you. Well, let's make it happen. Let me know. I might be able to come join you guys. And this is all about like having fun and just riding with the community. Shout outs to DCESK8, New
To
York,
Jonathan, is a
New York,
fantastic ride.
NYC boarding.
Woo!
They're always, New York's always been when we first started, we were like, wow, with New York.
New York was for everybody.
They were the Mecca when they first started. And it's like, I was telling them, I was like, you guys you still have it. You just got to make it happen. They have the community.
The community is big.
The community is huge. I think that's what it is. There's too many riders, but they just got to make it more organized. But they're still doing great, man. I mean,
They are great. They are very great.
I remember when we first came in, we were in awe, like, wow, this guys are amazing. And shout out to Chicago. Chicago's got like a nice summer, man. Joe Eastgate's always been like doing some stuff. DCESK8 out in Colorado. You have Colorado Caddy. I think you interviewed him. He's an amazing guy. I've ridden with him a few times. Well, I've ridden him once.
I see the last video from him. You see the last video from him from the
meeting him, man. It's just like it made me in tears. Like we went out skating on 420 day on Colorado, and he just told me about his life and what he's going through, alcohol. And
he's a big man, huh? He's a big man.
I'm like, wow, this guy's like really inspiring. I mean,
and he has a big family.
He's a true ambassador, right? He's like, he's got kids and he's doing all this. He admits all his failures and he's also correcting them. And that's the beauty of this thing.
And don't forget,
he's doing all this through E-Skate.
But don't forget, some guys in the community try to destroy him, huh?
Right, because exactly. They talk a lot of shit. I mean, it's like, no, just focus on the positive stuff. I mean, you don't need to look at all the negative. It's like, it's like
he's a great person.
He's doing, like everybody else, they're doing the best they can. He's a great guy. Shout out to DCESK8. I mean, they're one of the communities. Like when we first started, like I was in awe. Like, wow, this guy. A lot of DIY guys. They were amazing. So is DCESK8. Shout out to
area. You have
shout out to Atlanta. Atlanta DCESK8's been like, they've got a group going and like they're amazing just to hang out. You know,
Mhm.
Houston and also Dallas. They've been great.
I think the communities from you guys, they are all fantastic. You have Moe, the guy who makes the trucks and he makes these races. Now he's trying to.
Oh yeah, Mo Stooge. Yeah,
Yeah.
he's. I've been following him for a long time. I've actually met him last time I went to a few years ago in Carlsbad. He was at the Evolve
He loves the community, my friend.
championship. Yeah, he's a first class guy, man. I'm like, wow.
He don't mix it because of the
He's
money.
promoting race tracking, and like he's doing it all on his own, and like he's creating these, new machines like with the
Yeah.
with the stabilizers too. I mean, they're kind
Yeah,
of
with the trucks with stabilizers.
yeah. So like I said, Cali Nation's about looking into what's new and what's we all ride together, and
Yeah, my friend.
whatever you ride doesn't matter. Thing is, we just gotta put down. A lot of people just talk a lot about shit about each other's back, but overall, we're out here to ride.
Yeah.
And that's what it's all about. And,
Okay, my friend.
Happy New
Let's-
Year, guys!
Happy New Year's for you,
Been
for you too.
amazing 2021. You make the best of it. Like I've had problems in my life. I skate, e-skating, and it saved my life. Just doing this. It's one of those things that you need to do to relax. It's part of other people play golf.
Mhm.
I skate and travel and and ride with the group. It's one of those things that keeps you at peace, and it's like one of those things you tell people, I need to do this. Right.
Okay, my friend.
All right.
I just want to say to everybody, guys, enjoy it. Don't stop it. Come with a good year. Don't forget the first thing when you come in the 2022. Thank to God what you are, what is your religion. Thank you for the next 2022, and that is going to be a great year for everybody of us. And enjoy it. Lots of love and lots of peace for all of you guys. And I see you next year with new interviews. Thank you so much for you, my friend. Thank you again
Happy
for
New
coming.
Year.
Happy New Year for everybody.